Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is a quick from the cockpit. Go ahead and moremoneydriving.com. I'm Steve, and I'm here to give you a few tips as far as customer service. Hey, what's going on, everybody out there in the Uber and Lyft world? Everybody that's ready to learn and get some more money and learn tips about how this rideshare game is going. I'm just here to give you a few ideas and a few tips. One of the biggest things that a lot of guys, when they get into this game, they think it's more of a money game, and that is partly true, but it's also, the biggest part is a customer service game. And if you don't know people and you don't know customer service, then you're going to have more issues than success. The first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is in these skills that I want to break down is really the skill of listening. Part of having customer service is listening, because what you got to do is when you have that person behind you, you got to be able to communicate sometimes without communicating at all. And that's where the listening comes in. You got to watch their tendencies. You got to see how they move. You got to see how they act to give you a broad idea of what kind of conversation you can have with them or you can't have with them based on their reaction. Remember, they're the customer. At the end of the day, you're giving them a service. In order to do that properly, you've got to learn how to listen. And it's really learning how to read people, really reading what people say beyond their words, and understanding that just because they don't say anything doesn't mean they're not trying to communicate to you. When you greet somebody, the first thing you always got to do is greet somebody hello. That's the first thing. Always welcome them in. But don't sit around and bombard them with a bunch of questions. Now, again, I do have customer service questions, but what I do is I wait between the drives to hit them with it based on how they feel, because some people come in and sometimes they don't want to be bothered. They just want to just get their ride and go. Sometimes they want to talk to you. Sometimes they want to be on their phone. Sometimes they want to do a little bit of both, but unless you know how to listen properly, you're not going to get in this, because when you're listening to someone, you also got to watch them carefully. You got to see if their arms are crossed, if they're in a weird sitting position and everything. You got to understand that, look, in order for you to get the tips, in order for you to get the stars and all that other stuff and move up, you got to know people. And when that person, that man or woman, gets in that car, you got to understand that that's when everything begins. So you got to feel them out. But it's not just opening your mouth, it's taking a step back and seeing what they're saying, how they're moving, and what they're doing. And once you can do that, then you can move on to the next step. But you've got to know what you're dealing with, because the thing that a lot of people think about is that all people are the same. Everybody is different. Everybody has different personalities, and everybody has problems and things that are going on in their life. And sometimes they want to talk, sometimes they don't want to talk. But the thing that helps me out the most is once I do my listening to skill one that I'm showing you right now, sometimes it becomes taxi cab confessions at that point, because at that point we begin to talk. They begin to tell me everything about their life, or what's going on wrong with their life, or things that have happened, drinking, sex, you name it. I mean, it's just part of it. But the key thing is being able to sit back, allow them to get in the car, get comfortable, and as you're taking the drive, just kind of feel out the situation. But in order to do that, guys, you must learn how to actively listen. And sometimes listening means not saying anything at all, looking at the territory and see how your customer is moving around. See, it's all about customer service at the end of the day. And if you can pick up these little small tips, it'll help you out better to get you more stars, more tips, and other things. So that's going to be it for right now. Remember, guys, at the end of the day, listen by, guess what? Sometimes not saying anything, just seeing how your customer moves. Anyway, this is More Money Driving. I'm Steve, and I will definitely talk to you guys later. Peace.